So, where are you heading? Does anyone know anything about Tatooine?
Would that be core? What skill would that be? Would
Outer
that be
Rim.
really-
Outer Rim.
Outer Rim.
Once again with my 4 intelligence.
See, out of character, I think the only real place of note would be the main city. I don't think there's anything else really, but
There's basically Mos Eisley and Mos Espa.
We land
all right.
on space.
And Anchorhead's somewhere in there.
Anchorhead's more of a local place.
Yeah, it has to have it has to actually have a spaceport in order for us to land, though.
And the only spaceports are Mos Espa and Mos Eisley.
Well, it's like I know about this place. Mos Eisley is the main trading port.
Yeah, Mos Espa's more if you're in it for the pod racing.
Yep.
Let's watch a bunch of idiots go really fast on a very dangerous landscape.
Let's see, and yeah, I think I know some people there.
Yeah, you know the huts are around. You'll also know the canteen, the like dodgy cantinas. Right, so you can easily land at Mos Eisley. Because I'm not going to make you roll of it. Yeah.
We're not going to roll piloting checks to get in and get off the planet. This is not a space sim.
Remember, you don't make routine checks. It's automatic. It's guessed that you succeed on routine stuff under no pressure.
Now, should we roll to avoid docking fees? That's the question.
Yeah, there'll be the guy wandering up for docking fees.
This is HUT territory. I will gladly pay the docking fees to not be murdered.
Yeah, related. Everyone gets 1 D100 credits to start with. You just can't spend it on equipment right away.
Yep.
Oh. Where would be the D100s on this thing?
Right click the 10 dice, go to custom dice, D100, and then drop that into the hotbar because you'll be using it a little bit.
Trying to remember which one is the D100 die.
It's the percentile. Got a percent next
It's
to it.
the only one that's down in the lower left-hand corner that has...
Oh, here we go.
It's under custom dice as well.
Hey, Gray.
Yep.
I'm curious. Could I potentially spend a destiny point for the rebels actually equipping us with some cargo to keep our guys as a actual transport ship visiting Tatooine?
Yep, that's fine by me.
So we can actually sell it too and get a little bit of profit to avoid actually considering docking fees.
Yeah, they'll give you some. I think that would probably be a good way. You avoid the docking fees by selling off your cargo. Any extra for the money will go, of course, to the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can say you avoid having to pay for combat.
We're working under Shell stations as LLC basically.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I figure that's just a good way to do Destiny Point, so we don't actually have to spend any of our money, because it would make sense that the rebels would send us actually a cargo vessel actually equipped with cargo.
Yes, but is it legal cargo?
Very legal cargo. This is a very legal trip.
It's water.
Probably the
Legal
most
for
legal
the huts, at least.
most legal cargo you could find, making it equally suspicious.
Immaculate paperwork.
Oh God, we're a ship that delivers bureaucracy to people.
What have you got? 40 crates of immaculate paperwork? Oh.
God, we were waiting for this.
Oh, do you know how hard it is to get good paperwork here?
Except that actually that would be illegal, I think, because as far as I know, there really isn't any paper that exists in universe. You use data slates and crap.
Yeah.
No, flimsy exists. It's just not very common.
Well, honestly, if you have a data slate, you probably don't need or want paper unless you're like eccentric.
And we're not.
Not all of
Not-
you.
Not that eccentric. Remember, paper's expensive.
paper comes from space trees, and that comes from places like where lots of trees are, like Kashyyyk, or that place where the Wookiees are at. What do you think they kicked all the Wookiees off? They want the trees.
You try chopping down one of those goddamn trees. They're miles wide.
That's what droids are for.
I love that we're talking about this.
This is all in character, obviously.
Oh, if this was all in character, then I'm pretty sure...
My arms and legs would be somewhere on the other side of the ship.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wookiees take their trees real serious.
You do not talk about deforestation to a Wookiee.
Oh, not even a little bit.
Nope.
No, not even a little bit, just devastation. Okay. So, Tatooine, population 200,000. Which is apparently the entire population. Therefore, the city has probably got a good chunk of it.
Well, given that one of the hemispheres is only marginally inhabitable, and the other one is completely uninhabitable,
Yep.
honestly, 200,000 seems a bit high.
That's just the wonders of technology, my friend.
Technology, Jawas.
labor.
And do they really
Alright,
count as
get
people?
the ball searched and move on.
No, they count that even counts the sand people. They're just trying to pad the numbers.
True. Anyways, we've landed. Now what do we do?
There's
Get the
plenty,
cantina.
yeah, there's plenty of Imperials walking around. Yeah, as you said, shore leave.
We'd also probably want to buy some cargo that we can actually, sell back later.
And we're wondering if any unscrupulous Hutt, cartel members would sell us, recordings of the battle above their planet. Because I'm sure they had that on HD Remix. They would have that on HD.
Probably one of the most interesting things to have happened here in a couple of decades.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you go to a dodgy cantina.
The whole Hutt thing actually isn't a bad idea. The Hutts probably did record it, and they probably have it just as, shit on the Empire in case they ever want to make a buck off of it.
So, Atten, this is technically Imperial space, yes?
No, this is
Now this
Hutt
is Hutt space.
Well, it's technically Imperial space. There is an Imperial governor. He does whatever the Hutt says.
Yes, you don't mess with the Hutts.
So, yeah, this is Imperial space, but it's pretty much... he sits in his palace.
He
And
says,
does nothing.
and does
Tries not to get killed.
Yeah, every time the Hutts ask him to do something, he does it.
Put it like this, his entire retinue and, palace guard and palace, servitude and palace everything else is hired out by the Hutts. He's just one man surrounded by hirelings.
Generously provided by the Hutts. Say it right.
Yes, generously provided by the Hutts.
So yeah, the Imperial guy's probably the least... He's got the least idea of what's going on. Sorry, I'm stammering quite badly tonight. Yeah, the Imperial guy's got no idea what's going on. He's basically just making it.
So I'd like to do a streetwise check to try to find someone who looks like he might be able to put us in contact with the Hutts.
Okay.
So, just flashing gang signs. How difficult would that be?
Oh, that'll just be an easy.
Okay.
They're not gang signs, they're Hutt house signs.
No, but they can point you towards one of the less reputable cantinas.
A certain hive of scum, and I'm not going to finish that statement.
Yeah, that one.
It's actually what it's called, the hive of scum and villainy. This what the big flashing neon sign says.
Yeah, well, you got to play to your strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we get there and there's that flashing thing and the bartender.
Yeah. And he'll shout at Galculon as he comes in, "Oi, we don't serve their kind here."
Alright, I will politely bow and okay, sir, and walk out and endeavor to droid my way to making his sign say, the hive of cum and villainy.
What the hell did I just come back to?
Well, they're currently at the bar of scum and villainy.
No.
So
No,
no.
don't tell it again. It was bad enough the first time.
I think I got it already, and I don't want to.
There we go.
Yeah, you can make a few contacts here. That's like, oh yeah. You want to speak to Sala the Hutt? You know,
Yes.
he's one of the minor ones. Works for Jabba, kind of controls this area, but you know he's got the best sensors in the area.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'd buy him a drink.
you know. So, yeah, Sala will have a kind of building that's kind of off a little way, guarded by a few heavily armed Weequay. You know, it's pretty easy to find if you're looking for the huts. It'll be the one that's got the most water pipes leading to it. Because this is actually a terrible planet to be a giant, like, slug. You know, Jabba really must have some sort of masochistic tendencies to want to live on a giant desert.
Well, at least it's not a giant sand desert.
it was
True.
a very, very well air-conditioned palace he was in.
Alright, so as you walk towards, one of the guards going to stick his hand up and kind of, what, you know, do you have an appointment?
Would this be a charm test, Craig,
Yep.
from the droid?
Yep.
All right.
Average difficulty?
We do not have an appointment, but we should make an appointment. Oh,
Oh, you want to make an appointment, do you? See, I'd have to check the books. He's angling for a bribe. But with your advantage, he's not going to be a big fat bribe.
would 50 credits do you, my good sir, to make sure that we can slip in very soon?
Oh, very much so, very much so. Oh, look, there's an opening here. How could I not see that before?
I pay them at 50 credits.
Right.
Also, is there a way to say that the cargo that we sold, that this also is still counted as part of those credits, the
Yeah,
extra
I'll go
credits
off.
for this mission?
Yeah, while you're on Tatooine, I'll say you've got a small amount of slush funds for bribes and the like from the cargo.
All right.
You spent a destiny point. That's probably worth a few dozen credits.
Yeah. Also, as I said in the Skype thing, since I spent a destiny point for the light side to avoid us from spending some minor bits of money we don't have, you get a dark side point back.
Yeah, I already did that, I think.
Mm,
No, we have. No, you gave us another light side point.
Oh,
yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to remove one light side point.
Yeah, we have. This would be 4-4.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, it'd be 5-3.
Why?
No. Yeah. Yeah. No.
We already
Because
got
he
one.
totally gave us one earlier because he used the dark side
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. He
Oh,
used
yeah.
a dark side
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
I used a light side shit. We should be even from where we started.
Yeah. There we go.
This is going to be a thing, isn't it?
We'll
That's
get
just to
used it.
remember a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just get. It's because there's no way of getting a number. It'd be nice if you had a number when you hovered over it. But we'll get used to it, I'm sure.
Yes.
If nothing else, one of us can just keep a running tally for the session.
Yeah. So, you wander in, and there is a hut there. Not a big hut, but you know, kind of like one of the middle management huts.
Hmm.
You know,
No.
it big enough to. I've just found George Lucas as a hut.
Put her in, Craig.
God.
Put her in.
Okay. Sorry, Google image search has given me. Oh god, that's massive. Give me 1 second.
So I have to wonder what conversational tact you want to take with this. I mean, what are we looking for here?
Coercion probably wouldn't work, would it?
Coercion's when you have coercion's like torture information out of a helpless person.
Actually, it says basically anytime you're trying to get someone to do something through show of force or physical force, actually.
Yes.
So basically, I could walk in there, threaten this hut, and probably get shot for it.
Hey, guess what? Guess what the hired gun is actually the worst at? Coercion. Oh, no!
One of these people doesn't exist.
No, she's still alive. Oh no, you're right. I was looking at the wrong person. That's just a random person.
There are at
choice.
least 1,000
No,
gold-plated droids.
You're still correct. No person exists.
Alright.
Right. I'm just going to leave that up there because I find that amusing.
Still wondering what
That's
tech.
going to be the series images. Isn't it?
What information?
Negotiation.
Yeah, begin negotiation.
I'm kind of tempted to just tip my hat back and do a deception check. But
How are you on how good are you in deception?
not particularly great. I more did lots of skills than a couple focused ones.
What do you have for? What do you want to say on deception? Just you can filter through your protocol droid.
Well, part of me kind of wants to claim that I'm with Imperial Intelligence doing some internal affairs investigations as to the event that happened a few days ago.
All right, you wanted to. Okay, so since I am your droid and I can, I speak for you. Since you do not wish to, since you do not know the language, I will address him in Huttese.
No, I can say it myself. It's fine.
Okay,
Well,
go ahead.
It's my risk anyway.
Yeah, either way you can get a boost dice. Whoever rolls can get a boost dice for having skill support.
Also, you can just spend a fate point here if you want, or a
Destiny point.
destiny point, if you really want it.
They are there to be spent.
Don't be afraid. I mean,
Okay.
horrible, catastrophic failure is kind of the fun of this.
So, this is going to be 3 difficulty die.
Spend a fate point.
Fuck. I already did.
Can you not do it again? Okay.
You can only use one per roll.
Yeah,
All right.
3, you said.
three difficulty, yeah. I'm going to be nice and not upgrade it, though. You're trying to convince the Hut you're Imperial. He'll probably know most of the Imperials on here. Apparently he doesn't.
Is that
Yeah.
are those? No, those are not good, are they?
Those are good, those are successes.
Okay.
So it's no advantage, but 3 successes. Yeah, this totally believes you're an Imperial intelligence agent. So he's going to, how can I help the Imperials? We, always got time for Imperials up here.
I'm
How many
just
more times can
here
he say it?
to...
Sorry about that.
Honestly, this is mostly routine. I'm just here to make certain that the reports that have been sent in are accurate
We're here to double check our
by
double check.
taking outside observers.
Oh, of course. So, what kind of data do you need from me?
I would like to see your sensor footage for the event, starting from an hour before it started to an hour after.
Yeah, he kind of waves and his Twilight helper stops trying to strangle him and wanders off to get the data.
It's not strangle him. It's fixing his back problems.
Oh yes, that's the problem. Slip discs, killer for all huts.
I mean, think of it when you're a semi invertebrate.
Yep. He kind of has one of those little kind of crunchy bug features they have as a snack, and he offers you one.
Unfortunate.
Droid.
No, he offers a prostate Cora one.
Offers me what?
One of those little crunchy bug snacks.
Oh, please. No, I'm on a diet.
Hey, I'm not. Lol. So, yep, the Twilight will come back with the data footage and begin to play it. and you can see, blatantly a Star Destroyer chasing down the Tantev, shooting out its engines, and then grappling it. Then about an hour later, the ship is kind of dropped off, and then a few hours later, the ship's dropped off and then detonated. So I'm trying to figure out what this would be a perception check. I think.
Yeah, sure.
Just to see if you can see anything else in the footage.
Remember to tell him that you need to keep it for records.
Oh, I'm taking a copy with it, whether he wants me to or not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just kind of... what would be the difficulty?
2 on this.
Oh, also, I'll need to look this up, what exactly spending a destiny point does after you've already rolled.
I think you have to do it beforehand.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's not like a re-roll in any way. It's basically you just stack the dice beforehand. Ooh,
yeah, because it's not supposed to... It's supposed to be flavorful, not, something you lean on heavily.
Yeah. Basically, it's the way it's like you don't cancel boosts and setback dice. You add them both, just to increase the randomness.
We've all got access to this, right? We can all see it?
Oh, you can all see it, yeah. It's being played in the middle, so yeah, if anyone else wants to roll.
Yeah, but what do my advantages get me there? I'm not entirely certain how it works.
For this,
Well, you failed, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but the failure isn't everything. That's the entire point of the system.
Yeah.
I didn't see what Gray is trying to get me to see, but I saw something else relevant.
Yeah. You'll notice that... You'll notice that one of the escape pods has been jettisoned, whereas the Gand will notice the explosion of the escape pod. So it looks like they picked off at least one escaping person.
Does would I be able to check? Would I be able to see if there's any, it's debris, but if there is any human bits in the debris?
Not on this quality of the footage.
Would more specifically, would any of us know the Imperial practices for important information? Would they try to jettison it? Well, would they try to escape from the ship itself, or would they try to jettison that first before escaping from the ship? Essentially, what the priorities are for getting rid of stuff, if anybody were to get in the escape pod.
What, Imperial or Rebels?
For the Rebels. Essentially, seeing the escape pod go out, would we know enough, or maybe able to make a roll on knowing whether they put the information on that escape pod to ensure that it survives, or would that actually be important people on that escape pod?
There's no way of telling. It could just be somebody who's a coward jumping into
It
it.
could have just gone off by accident.
Okay, so it could be anything. All right.
Yeah, it's just they're obviously shooting down escape pods, so they obviously didn't want anyone to get away.
Then we could also scan the relative location of the escape pod, delineated in the from the footage to see if there's anything findable at the location. Anything salvageable.
I assume the Imperials would have cleaned everything thoroughly.
Well, we assume, but we can always see on the way out.
You cannot make that assumption.
That we can assume, or we cannot assume.
That Imperial forces would actually be diligent enough to search the entire projected trajectory of the escape pod for wreckage.
Actually, what we could do is we could consult a junk dealer. If anyone would have gathered it, it would have been them.
Mm-hmm. We can see then load the closest junk emporium. Or who would have had salvage rights on the anything falling down.
Whoever finds it first.
Probably the Jawas, actually.
Yeah, it would have impacted in the desert. So, maybe the Jawas, maybe someone else.
Are we leaving?
Well, we're
Well,
done
yeah.
with it. We're done with here.
Yeah, so you take a copy of it, of the recording, and we leave.
For records, and we shall. That concludes our business. Thank you very much, sir.
Right, is it okay if I just do a quick check to make sure this is recording?
Yeah.
I can file when it normally creates one every half hour. So we'll see how that goes. It's okay, we're back recording now. I just like to check occasionally.
Yeah.
Alright, so yep, you leave the hut. With his weird
So
beard.
we have a problem.
Yes, we do.
The princess is very likely dead.
No. She's important enough that, given the fact that they boarded the thing, they probably have her. Which means we need to search that Star Destroyer somehow.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Or at least figure out where it's going.
Yeah, we might be able to backtrack its hyperspace trajectory if we see it jump.
There also are soldiers on leave. I mean, it's not too... We could potentially try to get one of them to rat out where the hell they're jumping to next. Assuming
Like
that
a
they
low-level
know.
officer?
Yeah, low-level officer. The regular soldiers wouldn't know.
Yeah, you need to find an Imperial officer.
And probably get them very drunk.
Or just
We
rank
also
their
don't want to...
kneecaps.
We also don't want to murder them, because guess what? That draws a crap ton of attention.
Yeah, you gotta get them so embarrassed that they got drunk on a Weasley little spaceport like this, that they won't even mention the fact that they, may have discussed things with two or three different aliens.
Or they don't even remember it.
So, anybody good at mixing drinks?
I don't think that's a skill.
That is not a skill, unless you want to make it a coordination check to do the mixology thing.
I was
I could
thinking
actually
more
do a
along the
medicine
lines of,
check to...
Mixing
Medicine?
a drink and then adding something to that would knock the fuck out.
Yeah, I can do a... There's totally knockout drugs I can mix up with a medicine check.
Would you
Wouldn't
want-
that be skullduggery?
Wouldn't that be
No, it's
like
medicine. It's like,
skullduggery would
Well,
be?
yeah,
Medicine.
to mix it up, but to
Medicine.
actually apply it to a drink.
Skullduggery is anything deceptive, nasty, that's
Yeah, I can
not
do
exactly talking to somebody.
yeah, I can do that too.
Also, make it to enough of a degree where you're not rendering them unconscious, because we don't really have that's overly suspicious. Just enough alleviated inhibitions to keep them loosen their tongue.
So that would be... Oh, let me see what I can do here.
Because abduction equals above and as many red flags as
Yeah.
You know.
I start tinkering with my bag, see what I can come up with.
Yep. Pretty damn good, actually.
Yeah, this'll do. Guess
So,
what skill I maxed out?
What's the blue bag?
A
What's
boost.
the blue die?
A boost for having he's got a med kit.
Ah, okay.
He gets a boost for that. So, yeah, you have your knockout Imperial agent contraption. So, you can find a bar where there's lots of Imperials drinking. And not many aliens. And you're looking for someone on their own?
I think the discommissioned, Imperial officer should do this because, she looks the part of a person who would be drinking in a bar like this.
I have very little in the way of charm skill, so
The actual kind of doping up the drink would be a skullduggery check, I think.
yeah, sure, I can have a go at it.
I'm just saying these are the Imperials. I mean, they wouldn't want to deal with a droid or a Grand or a
Pretty much
Hey,
any of us other than other humans.
So
Yes.
that leaves cargo driver, Atten, and Cora.
Well, if he thinks that the droid is a serving droid,
Yeah, droids can be also advantageous for that. They
Well,
are ignored.
We also have to
sometimes.
figure out if the droid is allowed in the bar.
True.
Yeah, the droid will be allowed in this bar. Because people are bringing their servant droids in.
Well, I'm not really good at I am so not good at skullduggery. I only have 3 ability dice in it.
That's not bad. Everybody can do anything.
Alright.
Okay, so who's making the roll?
What would be the difficulty of the roll?
It'd be 2, but I'm going to spend a destiny point to upgrade it.
Well, fine. I'll spend a destiny point right back when I roll this.
Yeah, as I say, destiny point, I'm guessing.
Yep, so don't bother moving them. So, yeah, and then you can change one of your green ones to that's it. Perfect. Success with an advantage. Yep, you were easily able to slip something into this guy's drink.
Not just his drink, every person at the table's drink.
Well, maybe not. That might
You
be
buy-
a bit excessive.
You buy them, you buy the table around, and you get every one of their drinks, with the
You
truth
bought
serum.
a pitcher.
Yeah.